Hey guys, I am Jen, and this evening I am going to be telling you guys my story as it relates to exercise and nutrition and the business that I've built in helping others find a passion for exercise and nutrition and change their life in a healthy, sustainable way, without like feeling restricted, without feeling like certain foods are bad, so they shouldn't eat them, and without beating their bodies into the ground through crazy exercise routines that just demand too much. To tell you a little bit about me today. I am a personal trainer. I am currently working through getting corrective exercise certification. I'm a group fitness instructor. And I lately in this quarantine have picked up teaching kids PE for my daughter's first grade class. And what was the other thing I was gonna say? And also I am a health coach, a virtual online health coach. And that's actually a lot of what I'm going to be talking about today. So I want to start by giving you some background on me and kind of tell you my story and where I came from and what grew my passion for exercise and nutrition and just everything that I do today and how it's changed my life and gotten me to the place where I'm at right now. So growing up, I grew up in a family where we didn't play any sports. We didn't like exercise or make, extra like effort to eat any specific way. My whole family is just like tall and lanky, and just wasn't anything that we ever like thought about. We were outside playing all the time. My mom cooked tons of meals, but sports and exercise and that type of thing was something that I was never exposed to as a child, or like through junior high or through high school or any of that. When I never really put any thought into food, into exercising for like anything other than like play, just because, and it never really like occurred to me anything because I was always thin, right? But the one thing was that we were always sick. I was always sick. I was always getting sick. My siblings were sick. My mom was always sick. And my mom always said like, oh, it's genetic. Like, that's just how we are. And that's just what I grew up like knowing, right? Like, oh, it's genetic. That's just how I am. And my lankiness, like, oh, it's genetic. Like, you can never grow out of it. And let me tell you, I have to work my butt off to gain any type of muscle mass. It is genetic body type, but that doesn't mean that you can't take control of it. But I'm jumping ahead. So I grew up that way. I hit high school and things started shifting for me. I'd say the last 2 years of high school and probably through my mid-20s, I started kind of losing my shit, like just losing myself. I became really emotionally unstable. I suffered with anxiety, depression, a lot of rage, a lot of jealousy, a lot of lack of confidence. I partied a lot. I had terrible sleep habits. I had terrible eating habits. My skin was always broken out. I always had stomach problems, and I never like related all of these emotional problems and then also like the skin and the stomach and like the physical issues. I never like related any of those back to like food or exercise or how I was treating my body with the constant partying and the being up all night and the crap I was putting in my body. I never like put two and two together with that. I just thought that, actually, I don't think that I was thinking at all. Like, it just didn't seem like a problem until I started seeing that I could actually fix it. Like, I thought I was just destined to, feel the way that I felt like forever. Like, that was just me. I was an emotional wreck. And I didn't know that there's a way to feel less hopeless, to feel like there was something out there, like, that could make me feel better, that could give me confidence, that could make me feel strong and happy. My current husband now was my boyfriend then, and I'm so blessed, so surprised. So I don't even know why he stayed with me through all of the crap that I put him through. But he is still with me today. And we are happier than ever. And all of that changed due to a few choices. So we went out and we decided randomly on a spur to give Kung Fu a try. I was terrible, like so stinking uncoordinated. I literally punched myself in the leg in my first class, like so uncoordinated. I felt so out of place, but at the same time, like I kind of felt this sense of belonging. And the more I was there, the better I got and the more coordinated I got. And that I think was like addicting to me. Like I started feeling like I was actually good at something. And I started feeling like I was part of something bigger, something healthy, something good, where a lot of what was in my life was not necessarily good. It was through that we finally quit smoking. We had tried to quit smoking, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 times, only to start back up at some party. And it through Kung Fu, I think it was just through the endorphins that you get from exercise. Like we were able to finally quit smoking, and that was like our final, like we have not smoked since. We started to get a little bit more conscientious about food, and I started seeing and feeling a shift in my body. I started feeling a little bit of confidence. I started feeling a little less rage, a little less jealousy. I started sleeping a little bit better. And I just continued following that path. We went through a few changes. After that, we bought a house that was a flipper, and it just took all of our money and all of our time. So we had to stop Kung Fu, and we started going backwards a little bit, and then we got hooked up with a friend who introduced us to the Whole30. And when he told us about the Whole30, I was like, this guy is freaking crazy. I need my pasta and I need my bread, like I need my carbs. But you know what, at the same time, like I legit, like the day that I met this guy and he introduced us to the Whole30 and he was doing like a 30-day challenge with it, I had gone to the doctor earlier that week because of constant stomach pain and had an ultrasound and found out that I had polyps on my gallbladder, and their resolution for this was to remove my gallbladder. So I was literally in that stage of life, and I was like, you know what, actually, like, shut up, Jen. You don't know everything. Why don't you listen to this guy for a hot second? Give this Whole30 a try and see if it makes any difference. See if it changes your stomach and how you feel. See if it like fixes things, right? And lo and behold, it did. My stomach pain was reduced so drastically from doing that Whole30, and it just really opened my eyes. So this guy who introduced us to the Whole30, he also was a like new budding like fitness instructor who was super passionate about what he did. We did boot camps with him in the park. We worked out with him in like random trails and like lifting logs and rocks and stuff. And then like he eventually got his own gym, which was like a big garage gym. And we just really like dug into working out with him and his wife, and they started this gym and we started growing this like tribe, and we were just really like gung-ho. It was a lot of like Olympic style lifting and boxing type work, and we were just there every day and exposed to this really good healthy lifestyle. They both ate really well. They both like, when you get that kind of that kind of influence in your life, it really influences the choices that you make on the day-to-day. So we really started getting healthy and really started feeling the difference that fueling our bodies well, exercising well made. And I started really like just connecting the dots between the emotional, the mental, and the physical aspect of it all. And then another switch came through our lives. I got pregnant. And while I continued working out there with them while I was pregnant, you know, I actually had my heaviest squat lift that I've ever done the night before I had Sawyer. Pretty cool. But after we had Sawyer, I went back in 6 weeks postpartum, and I started working my way back up, and we would bring Sawyer in and we would just have her in a bouncy chair watching us work out and stuff. And it was all good, but it also was like stressful because I had to time my breastfeeding around the workouts so that I wouldn't have full boobs and so that she was happy. And then if she got fussy during the workouts, it like interrupted the workout flow. And so it just added this little bit of stress. And then she started getting mobile and it was just too much. So we ended up having to stop working out there, and we got a membership at World Gym and started working out at World Gym. That was all fine and good. Like, I loved it. I was surrounded, the World Gym that we were at was full of a lot of like heavy lifters. And so I was surrounded by the influence of people who were just there to like get strong, lift heavy, and it encouraged me to do what I love, which is lifting. But it began like really wearing on me. I didn't like, that I had to continuously create new programs every 4 to 6 weeks for myself, or find programs and like follow them off of a piece of paper. Like, that was just bleh. I didn't like having to wait for equipment. I hated that I had to rush from work to the gym, rush through my workout, go pick Sawyer up, rush home, rush through making dinner, rush through bedtime routines, rush her into bed, only to like go to bed, wake up the next morning and rush through life again. And not to mention that, like, we were doing all this rushing through our lives because Brian and I both had full-time jobs, and we were like not even making ends meet. Like, we weren't making enough at the end of the month to cover all of our bills. And it was just like I just got to this point one day where I was like, this is it. Like, this is life. Like, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Like, I have this child and I can't even like enjoy life because we can't afford to do anything, and I can't slow down long enough to enjoy anything anyway. Like, it kind of came to a point where I really just started resenting all of it. And every single day, like, I still remember this, like, so vividly. Every single day I would drive by this playground and I'd get stuck at this stoplight forever. And I'd sit at this stoplight and I'd look over and I would see a playground full of moms and kids after work. I'd see this playground every day. And I would know at that moment I could either go and get Sawyer from daycare and take her to the playground and play, or I could go to the gym and get my workout in and then go get her. And like, I told you in the beginning of this, like, exercise has been so influential on my mental and emotional sanity and stability. It's just hardwired in me. Like, I need to get that workout in order to be emotionally like here and connected and stable. So the workout won like 98% of the time. And that little amount of guilt from every single time I chose that workout, that little amount of guilt just kept piling on and kept piling on. And it was around this time that I started talking with a girlfriend who was doing Beachbody programs, and she invited me to join one of her challenge groups and do these online or video workouts and drink this shake. And I like I was like, no. Yeah, I don't think so. Like, I work out in the gym because I actually work out, and I don't drink shakes because I'm not a lazy freaking person who's trying to like take a shortcut with their health. I eat my food because I was a freaking judgy turd, like so judgy. And I understand like that a lot of people have a response like that, because that was my response. Like, that's exactly what I thought it was, like a quick fix and a quick dollar in her pocket. Like, but at the same time, like, she sparked an interest in me, and I just kind of like kept watching her a little bit. And I would watch her like show up every day and do her workouts and show up every day and eat healthy food and like share healthy recipes and like preach the importance of fueling your body with good food. And then on top of that, she would post these pictures of these shakes that she was making, that she was claiming were, 100% natural, and just supplementing her healthy diet. And I kept getting more and more intrigued. I'm like, okay, well, I'm at this point in my life where I'm feeling like crap about my workouts. Like, I'm having to rush through them and feeling super guilty about them. I'm in this huge, ridiculous brain fog all the time. Like, I have no energy. And if I'm fueling my body so well and taking care of myself so well, like, why do I feel like shit, right? Like, why do I feel like shit? And why am I going to continue doing the same thing that's not getting me to where I want to go, that's not making me feel the way that I want to feel? And then this girl, Dara, she has a daughter who's a year older than Sawyer, my daughter. And I saw her post one day that she quit her job because she was able to replace her income from her full-time job with her income from coaching, being a virtual online coach. And that was like, I was like, like, this is what I want. This is what I need. Like, I need something that's outside the box. Like, I needed like, not only for the financial and for like the different type of workout, like that gave me more freedom. Like, I needed something for myself. Like, I was just so like lost in working and working out and being a mom. Like, that was my identity. And I just needed something to like spark a passion in me and give me purpose and make me feel like what I did mattered to somebody, you know? And it was right around that time when she said, hey, you know, I think you'd like this. We have a weight training program. Let me shoot you a quick video and see if you like it. And I watched that video and I was like, wow, that's legit, like just straight weight training, like a full weight training program. Like, I could get on board with that. And so she talked me through the process. She told me why this shake was important to go along with the workouts. And I still was super skeptical. I still really thought that it was like trying to cheat your way into like being able to eat whatever you wanted and like fix it with this shake or something. But she said that it like had such a huge effect on her. So I did my research. I went online and I did all sorts of research. I read all sorts of stuff about it. And the more I found out about it, the like more kind of on board I got. Like, it was all natural. It was full of all sorts of vitamins and nutrients and just made from whole food ingredients and like vegetables and superfoods and superfruits and stuff that you don't normally get, that you don't get in a normal diet. And protein and probiotics and antibiotics and like, not antibiotics, probiotics and prebiotics and like all those good digestive enzymes. And so I was like, okay, 100% natural, no shit in it, comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. I'm gonna try this. I'll just send it back in 30 days when it doesn't work. And so she sent me, you know, the information to sign up, and I was like, okay, well, but this says that like I'm signing up as a coach. What the hell does that mean? Like, I don't want to coach. And she basically explained, okay, this just gives you a 25% discount on your Shakeology. So if you decide you want to order it again next month, you'll get 25% off. You're not required to sell anything. Like, it's just for the discount. But if you did want to eventually build a business here with this, that's always an option. And that kind of like sparked my interest a little. I was like, okay, so she believes that maybe I can make something of coaching. So I did it. I jumped in with the coaching, with Shakeology, with the weight training workout, and I decided that I was just gonna open up a group on Facebook, and I was just gonna document my 60 days with this workout program, and I was gonna tell the world whether it worked or whether it didn't, right? And I really fully expected it to not. 5 days into drinking Shakeology, I felt such a noticeable shift in my mental clarity. It was like night and day. I started feeling like my body was just like fuller, like well fueled, like it was just running better. I wasn't feeling worn down, like I had more energy, but like good deep energy, you know what I mean? And my brain just seemed to like feel sharper. I wasn't forgetting things as much. And then the workouts, like, you guys remember I told you my whole workout history just now. Like, in the first 30 days of doing this workout program, I saw more results in my body than I had ever seen doing any other workout program before. It literally like took me so far by surprise, like 100%. Brian started drinking my shake and he started getting like addicted to it and the feeling that it was giving him and like the energy and the clarity. So we just started getting 2 shakes a month. And you guys, like that right there is what like built my belief in these products. And then I just kind of started digging in. And the reason I wanted to share this specifically in this point in time is, well, number one, like the health, the physical health is so super important. But what came because I gave those products a try is the fact that I started digging into the community of coaches. So we have a Facebook group that is our coach community, and this community, I kid you not, changed my world. I was not used to, had never been exposed to like a group of girls who were so heavily like invested in each other. So like just always like there and rooting each other on. If somebody had a success, like everybody was like, yeah, like cheering them on. And that person who had a success was sharing what they did to get that success. And when there were struggles, we were there like talking to each other through those struggles, and just it was just really eye-opening to see such a strong, supportive group of women. And these women weren't just like supporting like, you know, whatever, like they were supporting big ass dreams. Like a lot of the girls on my team make six figures. Like these girls are going after it. They're setting big goals. And not only are they setting those goals, they're creating a game plan to get to those goals, goals that will change their families' lives. And they're doing it together, because as a team, what are the words that I'm looking for? I'm gonna not say that because I can't think of the word that I'm looking for. But when one of us does good, we all do good, right? So we grow as a team by growing individually, and we do that together. And it's just like this environment that I had never been exposed to. It made me so darn positive. It made me so confident. It gave me so much, like, filled my cup. And then another thing that also fills my cup is with coaching, one of the things that is like a daily thing that you're supposed to do is personal development. And when I heard that, I was like, personal development is for the losers who are losers. Again, judgy turd. I eventually came around to the idea and was like, holy shit, like there is a whole world of knowledge out there in my podcast app on my phone. Like every single day, my kids, anytime we're in the car, we're listening to personal development podcasts. Most of the time they're about like exercise and nutrition and business building and that kind of a thing. And mindset, a lot of it is about mindset now, especially around like the coronavirus and stuff that's going on. But they're like that personal development, I don't think I would have ever picked it up if it hadn't been for being exposed to all these girls who are doing amazing things in life. And all of them were like, yeah, I start my day with personal development. That has been huge for me. And then like the third thing that I want to say that's been super huge for me is my challenge groups, which are basically like the first group that I was explaining to you, but it's a group for our exercise and our nutrition and our daily like check-ins and our daily mindset and our daily like supporting of each other. So we have this group of girls and we're all going through our own workout program. So I like lifting, Michelle likes, HIIT work, Chelsea likes bar, so she does like the ballet bar workout. There's like so many workouts, and we're all doing our own workouts, but we're doing them together. We're checking in with each other. We're checking into the group and like celebrating our successes, celebrating like inches lost or muscle gained, or just the accomplishment of a full freaking week of following our programs and like kicking ass, or sharing healthy recipes and sharing meal plans and asking for help when we're feeling down and out, asking for help when we're feeling like skipping a workout, asking for help when we're feeling like eating a box of donuts, like asking for help when we're going through really hard life situations. Like there's been quite a few girls in my group who have gone through some really freaking hard shit over the years, and we've been there for them. We've been there for each other. Like, it's such an amazing support group that's focused fully around physical, emotional, mental health. And that goes so much deeper than exercise and diet. It goes so much deeper than that. And these groups have been so hugely instrumental to me in keeping me sane and keeping me positive and keeping me on track and feeling good and able to show up for my family, able to show up for my friends, able to show up for my community in a way that is inspiring and helpful and maybe a little too cheery is what I am kind of thinking lately. But it's because of these groups, you guys. And because of these groups, I have become very capable of having virtual friendships, which is incredibly helpful during this time where we can't actually physically hang out with our friends. So I wanted to share all of this with you today because of the time that we're in, and because I really just hope to inspire dreams, inspire goals, but more than that, inspire you to actually go after them, to set a plan, to get a tribe, to do the things that will get you there. Because I am telling you, you will feel so good, so filled when you have that purpose, when you have that passion, when you have that desire, when you know that on a daily basis what you are doing is making a difference in somebody else's life. That fills your cup. And what filling your cup with something like that does is it doesn't leave room for all of the fear, for all of the stress, for all of the uncertainty, for all of the stuff that's going on in the world outside of us that we cannot control. We can't control anything that's going on. Stressing out about it is not going to do us any good, but we can control our mindset. We can control what we are putting out into the world. We can control what we are doing for ourselves and our family and our community. And I just really hope to inspire growth and just a sense of purpose. A knowing that you can do great things, that you have that potential inside of you. All you have to do is dig into it. Dig into a community who will support you and believe in yourself and do the work. Obviously, I'm a little bit passionate about this topic, and part of my job is mentoring other women to do what I do. And if this has spoken to you, if this video has spoken to you at all, I would love to talk with you. A conversation about what could be possible, a conversation to see if this is a good path for you to go down. And you know what? If it isn't a good path, in 6 months, you can choose a different path. That's the thing. Like, I always used to think like, oh, I don't want to make a choice too quick because then I'm going to be locked in for the rest of my life. No, I'm not. I've so shifted my mindset. Like, I try new things all the time because I'm like, hey man, if I try it for a couple of weeks and it isn't right, then I'll just do something else. It's getting so dark in here, the sun's setting. So anyway, if this has spoken to you at all, if you see yourself in any of the scenarios that I told you that I have been in, and if you just really are wanting something more right now, wanting to fulfill your passion, wanting to feel like you have a purpose, like you're doing something that gives meaning to your life every single day, if you just need something for yourself, like, reach out to me, please. I would love to talk with you. I would love to help you in any way that I can. All right, I hope you guys have a fantastic night, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this.